Game 6, off the backboard, Blaski's there for the clear, and we bang, bang, collects it, off the ceiling, looking for a pass mid, Louis is up, this is off the backboard, looking for the dome!
Spalty's gonna put it away, and the Brainerd victory will win it right there.
Burnsville are your rising star champions.
But the wrong man has the ball, bad man has the ball, it's still up somehow.
Give it up for your premier champions, the Minneapolis Miracles.
Hello, and welcome to MCS Season 13, Week 1. We've got Prem games this time here on this lovely Saturday, I guess early afternoon for me. I'm a nice, mountain timer, but I got Clash with me. How are we doing?
Doing well. Glad to be here. Glad to be able to cast with you again. We got Brainerd versus Bloomington coming in here in Premier, and I'm excited. We get to see our first premiere, mostly premiere.
Yeah, I was going to say
series of the day. We'll get that in a second.
We've got quite the game. Prem kind of right now anyway is just a little awkward because 2 of the 5 games got played earlier this week, and then there was supposed to be a stream game, I guess 3 of them this afternoon, but Rochester versus Moorhead got rescheduled pretty recently. So that won't be on stream, but for the overall stream schedule for you guys, obviously up first we got Brainerd versus Bloomington, and then Minneapolis versus Chicago. And this game specifically is subs central. Let me pull this up again. For Brainerd, we've got Whitlock, Fishy, and then most likely Doodle, which is crazy subs. and Fusion, Bleach, likewise, and Garrett P for Bloomington. So 1 sub for Bloomington and 2 for Brainerd, I believe. We'll see how it goes. I know Garrett played very well last night, but definitely a weird series coming up.
Yeah, Garrett definitely is a Premier level type player, but Fishy coming in is also played in Premier a ton. The big question mark, in my opinion, is going to be Doodle coming in, because he's going to be ways down there. He's the first round Rising Star player, so he's going to have to be jumping way up in that skill level. We'll see how he can adapt to it. I've seen Rising Star players play well in that level. Sometimes they can elevate themselves.
I'm not one of them.
Maybe he can do it. Maybe he can do it though.
But we are moving into the lobby now. Let's jump into predictions. I'll go first because I already know what you're gonna do. I guess what you have to do as the GM. I'm gonna say Brainerd in. You know what? I'm gonna say Brainerd in 4. I think if they want to win, they're gonna have to close it out early, because if you're down on numbers like this, you kind of just want a shock and awe victory. But, well, pardon the pun.
No, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna go Maulers.
Yep.
GM the Maulers. I can't not go with the Maulers. The thing that might surprise you, maybe, I think it's gonna be a sweep. I think this team is good. I think all the players individually are good, and it's gonna be tough for this victory squad, who has multiple subs, to be able to step up and challenge that. So we'll see how it goes here. As we get right into this thing.
Yeah, once we can get, there we go, waiting on one to get into the lobby now. Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, these are weird games. Not having certain player. Granted, it's only week 1, so there's not a whole bunch of chemistry missing, because there's not really any to begin with. But we got Whitlock popping it upfield. Now Doodle and likewise, I believe that was, off the sidewall. Fusion popping it off the backboard. Whitlock can't get the read. Doodle can't get the touch either. Whitlock popping it into the midfield here. Fusion moves it past 1, looking for 2 off the sidewall. Does get it midfield. Fishy and Garrett up. Over to the midfield for likewise. Down to Fusion, Bleach. Doodle there with the cut. This is an open net opportunity here for Brainerd. Does he get it? He shanks it off the post. Pure chaos here. Less than a minute into this game.
My hands are already on my face. What just happened? Oh my goodness. Another one goes off the crossbar. And Brainerd, 2 very early, solid opportunities that just go by the wayside. We're still tied up.
I love Prem.
The Rocket League in general.
Yeah, I know. It's just, it is great. But Garrett P. clearing it upfield. Fishy now passing it over to Doodle. Likewise there for the intercept. Over to Fusion Bleach in the corner. The past 1 midfield to Garrett with some time, as we witnessed last night. That is basically the last thing you want to give Garrett P. is the ball and some boost in time, as he will run you. Now Doodle looking to get it midfield to Whitlock, who 50s it in. 1-0 Brainerd.
I mean, Brainerd couldn't really have asked for a much better of start. Obviously, putting those 2 away would have been
huge, correct.
The fact that they are coming away with the pressure to start off here is so huge, and it's a testament to their roster here. And I mean, like I said before, I really didn't expect this out of Victory, but they absolutely can, and Doodle's been stepping up. Victory looking good. They start off on the board first.
Now Doodle over to Whitlock, bringing it upfield here. Fusion, not a whole lot of boost. Does need to get to this ball. He will pop it off of his own backboard. Fishy and Doodle with a little pseudo double commit. Doodle there trying to get the shot off. Does a little bit too much. Can't get the angle. Likewise, little pre-flip pass off the sidewall. Garrett P. hitting it off the sidewall as well. Just abusing the walls. Fusion can't get the second touch. Garrett P. gonna pop it up high, though. Likewise, and Whitlock up for this. Down to Doodle, clearing it upfield. Trying to keep this offensive momentum here for Brainerd. Fishy into the corner. Garrett P. collecting. Popping up high. Whitlock challenging off the ceiling. Crazy ego. Likewise, off the sidewall. Doodle can't get the angle into the midfield, as this does bounce off the sidewall. Fusion gets 1 on. Whitlock cannot reach it off of the bump avoidance, and it's tied up at 1.
just couldn't stack the net hard enough, it seems, as Fusion Bleach is able to beat Whitlock just barely. Whitlock was really close to getting to that one. I honestly thought he had it until he didn't.
Until he didn't, yeah.
But Bloomington able to tie this one up.
Yeah, a lot of like early aggression coming out of both of these teams. Obviously, what is going on that corner wall? Obviously, Brainerd probably should have scored those first couple, but it's week one nerves. These teams haven't played their games yet, so whatever. But likewise, off the ripper from Garrett from the corner, slotting it bottom left, 2-1.
Great pass coming out from Garrett, just getting a little pop out. Likewise, all he has to do is place that. Fishy has 0 boost, so he's just hoping and praying that it's not placed well, but it was. And Bloomington is able to get another one here. Victory, kind of losing the momentum. That first minute was all Victory, which was just probably a shock to Maulers, but they've kind of locked in. They're looking for each other now, and they do find another one. Garrett P putting this one away. Yeah,
people don't really I think people sleep on Garrett a lot. I was glazing him on stream last night, but the dude is just really, really good with team plays and passing and chemistry and all that. Haven't seen him play in a while. Because he played in a different league a couple seasons ago, which is where I saw him last, but seems to be still improving as he's carrying the offense in a way here for Bloomington, but likewise not letting him do all the work, as he does get a rather trivial angle over Doodle and 50 and whatnot. So, yeah, 3-goal game here, looking a little bit rough for Brainerd, but kind of expected with some subs.
Yeah, this is more of what we expected to see early, but maybe Brainerd can find that momentum that they had early again. I could have some offensive pressure here. Whitlock only met quickly, though, by Likewise. Garrett playing this one forward. Great touch by him. Fusion Bleach, ton of space with the flip reset. Is he going to be able to dunk the net? Not quite. Likewise, with the follow-up, though, does find it. This one in the bottom left corner, and 4-goal lead now for Bloomington. This one feels pretty... This is going to be very tough for the Victory.
Yeah, it's not irrecoverable, but it's not great. They're just, stop the bleeding and go next, basically. But, I mean, Bloomington firing on all cylinders right now, even with the sub of Garrett P. Likewise, putting this on target. Fusion gets the bump on Doodle, but the recoil does throw him into the save. Likewise, can't get it midfield over the net to Fishy in the corner. Kind of like a Goomba stomp on the ball in the corner. Whitlock up and off the sidewall. Likewise there for the intercept. Looking for 2 midfield. Garrett is there for the shot. It is not on. Fusion trying to get one on as well. Likewise wants a touch as well. This right post is getting annihilated. And if Brainerd can't start some offensive progress here in the next minute, this game is looking over.
This one might fall middle, too. Almost another one for Maulers. No one quite able to pounce on that one, though. Likewise, banging this one out. He might even be able to get back up to it. No, Fusion Bleach goes missing. He might have been able to score that one as well. Whitlock trying to take some control. Garrett P. last back. If there's someone that's going to be last back on the Maulers, that's who you want to see back. He is so locked down on defense. Playing with him, it's actually incredible how easy it is to rely on him on the defensive end. I feel like if he's last back, the chances that we're getting scored on are just so low. So having him back here for the Maulers squad is just they're so comfortable with him back there.
Fishy popping it upfield here. Brainerd trying to find anything to carry some. What a pinch from Fusion off the backboard. But Bloomington taking game one in rather convincing fashion. There's really not much other than that to say about it. Yeah, a bit of a rough game for Fishy, but kind of just, I think, calibrating again with Whitlock. Calibrating against this Bloomington team, very, very good players, and we'll see if they can bring it back. I have faith. Game ones are always really strange.
Yeah, for sure. And Brainerd has potential here. Again, going back to that first minute, it was all Brainerd. It actually didn't look close. It was kind of crazy. Just a bit of shock and awe coming out. Brainerd putting the pressure on early, and they were able to get the first goal and multiple other opportunities as well. Just Bloomington gather themselves together. So maybe Brainerd can come back. They have to figure out a way to bring that pressure back. But man, I'm not sure how they can deal with this Bloomington squad when they're clicking, because they were looking at each other in the midfield over and over, and it was working so well. They have to cut that out.
Yeah, I know Garrett P and Likewise were or not. Yes, and Likewise were connecting like a bunch in the midfield. Just kind of these wall passes into the midfield, like really just fundamental Rocket League, but they just do it really quickly, which makes it really difficult to stop. But game 2 here, Brainerd looking for a redemption arc, as they will need to play a little bit better on the offensive half as well as the defense if they want to keep this in their grasp. Fishy in the offensive half here, popping off the sidewall. Whitlock and Garrett P in the midfield off the corner. Now Doodle's looking for a shot on. Is this on? It is off the backboard. Likewise gets 1, gets 2, looking to carry it whole field. Fusion popping it over Fishy. Doodle there for the save in the back line. Gets 1 more. Another one past Garrett P. This is off the backboard, but Fusion there with a nice clear. Oh my gosh, what? I could hear him in Garrett P's camera. Likewise, getting a nice little double tap here for Bloomington.
I mean, you can't do much better than that on that double tap. You just place it on the backboard. You know you have the whole net to shoot at. All you have to do is put it in a spot that you can follow it, and Likewise does, executes it well. That's a 1-0 lead for Bloomington.
4:15 left. Anything can happen here. Brainerd, kind of in the same position as they were last game, needs to find some kind of answer here, because I think this is like, what, 6 unanswered goals or something?
Yeah, it is.
For Bloomington. So hopefully they can bring it back here on the defense somehow. Fusion, nice 50, looking to get it past midfield, will not connect. Whitlock over to Likewise, intercepting in the corner. Doodle gets 1, popping off the ceiling. Will get beat out by Garrett, but he reads him perfectly. Hopping upfield. Now Doodle. Broken down by Fusion Bleach. Into the corner now is Whitlock. Garrett P with some time. Opts to pass it over to Likewise. Fusion with a clutch little demo. Easing up some pressure here for his teammates. Fishy. Just over 3.5, or I guess under 3.5 minutes left here in game 2. Still 1-0 Bloomington. More demos coming out. Fusion Bleach, not the greatest touch though. Could be an opportunity here for Brainerd, but Doodle is not able to get it midfield.
Up until that touch from Fusion, which was a little scary, I feel like Maulers, though they're stuck in their half a little bit, it hasn't felt scary for them at all. They have so much control on that backboard, and their first touches are so solid. It's just not allowing Victor to have any real opportunities to shoot at the net here. There was the one that Fusion Bleach had a little bit errant that were almost able to pounce, but no one was quite ready for victory. And they have to find a way to break this Maulers back line, and I'm not sure the best way to do it.
I don't know if they can at this point. Fusion bringing it downfield. They are still looking just as powerful as they did last game. The scoreboard doesn't quite say so, but they are looking extremely dominant. Likewise, can't get the touch. So Fishy, is this on target? Garrett P. Fusion, kind of a pseudo double commit. But it does get cleared into the corner. Fusion Bleach, Doodle, 50. Like, will go off the sidewall for Likewise. Gets 1, gets the reset, 2, under Whitlock, the 50 kind of ground pin. I don't know how he pinched this to where it didn't move, but that is a dime from Likewise.
That's insane.
Oh.
It works as a back pass. It looks like he's going for a flip reset shot, turns into a fake, turns into a back pass.
And he got the bump.
And he gets the bump on the back line, and Garrett has just the easiest tap in of his life. And Whitlock trying to get one back for his team. Fishy pre-jumping, not quite making contact. Fusion Bleach, easy clear for him, but all due to positioning, really. Whitlock gonna try to get this one out. He's gonna be able to get it somewhat out, but Garrett P's gonna be easily first to this. Gonna try to get back middle. Has like 4 touches off the backboard there. Doesn't quite have any shot though. And Maulers are just, I don't know. It feels really dominant now past that first minute.
Yeah, I'm looking at the scoreboard, and I think I see the problem. This Brainerd roster, Whitlock has 0 saves. So he's really not feeling himself this game, I think. Fusion Bleach and Garrett P are, though, as they try to get a shot on target. 2-0, just under a minute and a half left in this game. Brainerd needs to find something very, very soon if they want to ease some of this pressure. Garrett P with a shot is on target. Fishy, Doodle, and Whitlock all extremely low on boost, but Whitlock is able to get one pad up off the backboard. Fusion over to Garrett, and yeah, even a blind man could see that coming.
Yeah, there was just a little bit too much space given for victory here. Doodle couldn't get there fast enough. Garrett has plenty of boost to get up to it, and that's just going to be an inevitable goal with the space that was given on that backboard there.
1 minute left here, 3-0. This is, I think, 8 unanswered goals for Bloomington. Really, really not something that Brainerd wants to see. Not that I really fault him for it. This team is a little cursed right now, I'm not going to lie. But it is what it is, and the show must go on. Doodle with a nice little pre-flip pass into the corner. Likewise, and Fusion trying to clip on him, I think. This is kind of the stage where people get bored. So we'll see if we get any crazy plays. Fusion Bleach off the backboard. Garrett P puts it on Whitlock, though. Proving me wrong, getting a save in this game as the net stacker does come to fruition. Whitlock over to Doodle. Opts taking himself, putting it midfield. Likewise, off of his own backboard. A little awkward here, but no one wants to push here for Brainerd as they only have 20 seconds left to get 3 goals. What a solo play from Whitlock.
A great shot from Whitlock here. No early challenge coming out for the Maulers. It just gave them enough space to get this flick off. Fusion Bleach wasn't quite ready for it. It was an okay force, but it was just late, and Fusion Bleach couldn't recover.
17 seconds. Kickoff goals have been pretty prominent this week. I'm not going to lie. So maybe they can get something going here for Brainerd. Whitlock puts one on. Garrett P, though, for the save. As they just try to... Oh, what a pass from Fusion. Actually, the perfect angle off the sidewall for the bounce. And wow.
Perfect 50.
Dude, poor Doodle. That is such a rough 50. But yeah, with that, Bloomington will be taking game 2 as well.
Yeah, and barring that one solo play from Whitlock, it once again was dominant. And it really didn't feel like Victory had much of a chance in this one again. Have to figure out some way to break this back line of the Ballers. And I always result to when this kind of thing happens to demos. Because I feel like you have to break up their solid rotation because Bloomington has that rotation. They always have that extra person back. You have to eliminate someone out of that rotation, whether it be with a beat or otherwise. Quite honestly, with the subs, I don't expect them to get a ton of beats. So they have to figure out some way to do it. Maybe demos. I don't know.
I think it starts with Garrett, though. 8 shots is definitely not something you want to see as a third man for Brainerd. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, him and Fusion have just been kind of hitting each other, and it's providing success. You can see 600 points for each of them on the scoreboard. And Brainerd picked it up there at the end a little bit, but maybe they can bring in some momentum from that Whitlock solo play. But I was wondering how long it was going to take before Whitlock got a little mechy. But we'll see if it's a little too late for Brainerd. But Bloomington is vibing right now, I'd imagine, as they just need to get one more win here.
Yeah, and I think the biggest curse could even end up being boredom for them right now. It's looking so easy. They gotta make sure to stay locked in because it absolutely could happen where Brainerd start picking things up a little bit and Bloomington let off the gas.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw a couple questionable pre-jumps.
Yeah, they're trying to play around a little.
The end of last game.
But with how they played so far, they should not lose this one. So I'm telling you from a distance, Maulers, don't lose this one, please.
The GM.
Yeah, just go ahead and close it out. But Fusion Bleach, really good 50. It was straight towards his net, but it ended up being a really good back pass. Doodle, gonna try to beat one here. Garrett goes missing, still gets the 50 somehow. Fusion trying to take it over, is gonna be able to force out one. Likewise, into the corner. Garrett P leaves it for him. Lots of space now. Or likewise, up for a solo play, able to beat one, able to beat two. Fishy just barely gets back for the save.
Yeah, this kind of triple commit defensive thing is looking like a bad omen for Brainerd in game 3 here. Likewise, Popping it over to the corner for Garrett. It's a nice controlling touch over to Fusion for the shot, but Fishy is there for the 50. A Doodle. Solid catch on the left side. Whitlock putting it upfield, likewise there for the cut. Into the Brainerd corner now. 50 into the midfield. Garrett P there for a shot. Fishy with a potential look. Instead hits Fusion Bleach instead of the ball. Whitlock gets one. 50 with Fusion Bleach upfield. Nasty dunk. Fishy. It's one, but likewise popping it over to Garrett P. Bloomington doing such a good job of these controlled team plays. Is one up for the shot? Unfortunately not. And yeah, already a minute and a half, and it's looking like a back and forth kind of game.
Yeah, it really does feel like almost every touch from the Maulers here is going to a teammate. It's either going on target to a teammate or into open space, which is exactly what you're looking for. It's just not threatening, but this is threatening. Doodle able to find an opening in the defense.
Yeah, Garrett P, unfortunately, granted, I think it would have been saved anyway, but skying the shot gives them a perfect bounce off their own backboard for a clear, and props to Doodle for scoring the open net that he did unfortunately miss game one. But yeah, redemption arc for Mr. Doodle here. But yeah, 1-0 Brainerd. It's like we mentioned, these are the games where you just kind of gotta lock in. The hardest one to win is the last one. So we'll see if Brainerd can pick up some kind of momentum here. Garrett for the save off the shot from Fishy from the corner. Gets one more. Is anyone going to be home for this? Whitlock on the backboard for Brainerd. Gets one. Can't get the second, as likewise gets one. Looking for two, but no boost. Fusion there for the cleanup, but Fishy does get the save. Garrett P, though, keeping offensive pressure. Bloomington doing such a good job of cutting the ball off midfield to keep it in this victory half. What a first touch by Fusion, but Doodle will beat out. Is this on target? Garrett P with a crazy psycho clear out. Likewise. Oh my God.
Find each other every time.
Oh, wow. What a play from Likewise to find and dime Garrett P here.
I mean, it's every touch from the Maulers. It's finding the teammate every single time, and it's creating such quick pressure. It's not even like none of them are doing anything individually crazy. Like the mechanics are not going crazy for this Maulers squad, but the speed of the game, because of how they're playing together, is working so well. Their forces and everything is just high quality right now. It's premier level gameplay right now. And Fusion Bleach trying to keep it going. To Likewise on target. It's gonna find its way through. Another one for the Maulers.
Yeah, just when we think Brainerd has a chance of bringing this series back into their grasp, Fusion hitting Likewise. They don't even need Garrett P anymore. I keep skipping the replay. God dang it. And yeah, I mean 2-1 now. Brainerd has lost all momentum that they have brought in. I believe they've only scored 3 goals in the whole series so far. So hopefully they can bring something back here, because if it doesn't happen soon, this will be a very quick afternoon for the Brainerd squad. Whitlock gets one touch, though. Fishy's going to leave it for him. 2-2.
Respect to Fishy here, leaving Whitlock the points. And he's always hungry for them points. That's why he's the net stacker. That's why he does it. It's for the points.
Correct.
So
yeah, the
Whitlock able to get the points. Whitlock able to get the points here. Maybe that brings the confidence. I don't know. Victory trying to get something here, but they have a tied game. All they need is one. They just can't concede. Garrett gonna try to 50 middle here. Is gonna be able to get it to Fusion Bleach, but just cut off by the victory. Doodle leaves this one. Mahler's not gonna be able to get this to this quick. Some bumps happening in the midfield. Lots of space now on the backside.
Likewise gets 2 touches. Such a fast recovery off that sidewall to beat both opponents. Whitlock, a little bit of time, though. Gets 1, gets 2. Garrett P there for the challenge. Is anyone going to be able to push this before Brainerd gets a shot off? There is a pass upfield. Intercepted by Doodle. Can't get the double tap. Whitlock there for the clear. Fusion. Popping off of his own corner. 50 with Fishy into the corner as well. Corner's getting all of the action today. Likewise in Doodle, 50 off the sidewall. Fusion getting a demo on a Whitlock, just being an offensive monster here. Little awkward push touch into the midfield. Fusion over to Likewise. Likewise gets a reset, looking for a pass midfield to Garrett, but it will not connect as there was some Brainerd opposition in the midfield. Fusion gets one Looking for 2. Garrett over to Likewise. Can't get the pass off, and 30 seconds left. The next goal will most likely be the dagger for either team.
Yeah, a few missed passes from Maulers that we haven't seen before. Just missing the mark on it, passing a little behind, slight double commits. Maybe a little bit of nerves coming out from Maulers. I'm not sure Brainerd are trying to find anything. Fishy, gonna get this one clear. Whitlock gonna try to take it over. He has full boost, but his team does not have any here. Maybe there's a chance for Maulers to get one before 0 seconds, and it does not happen. Overtime in game 3.
We will see if this is going to be the end of the series or not in just a short time. Now Doodle over to Whitlock. Kind of an awkward position, hitting it towards his own half. Garrett P looking for a pass to Fusion into the midfield. This is off, but Fishy will pop it into the corner for good measure. Whitlock, 50 with Likewise off the sidewall. Fusion so quick off the opposition's backboard. Garrett P there for the shot, and he skies it once more. Whitlock over to the sidewall. Likewise, such speedy offense as we saw before. Does get it midfield. No one pushing this ball at all. Garrett can't get the touch, excuse me. Pass over to Fishy. Likewise, off the backboard, gets 1, looking for 2. Little fake reset touch. Whitlock with the 50 on the corner. A little bit of time here. 1-on-1. Whitlock versus Garrett. Gets the save here for Garrett, but Doodle there for the recovery. Is able to give Brainerd a nice little much-needed win here.
Yeah, I felt like Maulers kind of let off the gas in that overtime. They had the ball in the victory half for a while, but they just didn't press, and Brainerd had a nice little counterattack at the end there, able to get a couple stuck in that corner and found the opening.
We'll see if they can carry the momentum through. They do need to reverse sweep. They got to win the next 2, which, as we've seen, is not the easiest task in the world. But I have faith. It does seem like Fishy's warming up. That's a good sign. The first 2 games, he was kind of bottom fragging the whole time, but now he's out here making a statement for himself. So shout out Fishy. 4 saves, really being that third man presence here for Brainerd, which is a good thing because Whitlock on offense is a terrifying sight. So keep that man upfield wherever you can. But yeah, in just a little bit, we'll jump into game 4 this will be. See if Brainerd can keep it up, as they have basically doubled the amount of goals they've scored in the whole series this game.
Yes, over double actually.
Yeah,
we had 2 before then. But yeah, Fishy stepping up there, and he's one player that if he's not playing well, it's going to be so hard to play as a team. He's one of those that just holds the rotation together really well. And if he's not feeling it, the whole team just deflates, I feel like. So Fishy playing well really does make a huge difference for the team, I feel like.
Just into this game here, Likewise, already pressuring the Brainerd half off the backboard. Nothing will come of it, but Fusion gets a little double tap. This will bounce high. Doodle does await the read very well. Garrett P looking for a pass on to Likewise. Fusion will jump. Is he beat? Little 50 with Fishy. Likewise, over to Fusion, looking for a pass to Garrett P. This is on target, and this is Bloomington magic right here.
This is what they've done all series. Fusion Bleach to Garrett P. and slotted bottom right. Not that it needed to be super placed, but just the speed of the passes, the pace just picks up so much, and it's so hard for the victory to keep up with it.
We'll see if they can keep this momentum going. Garrett P off the backboard, Fusion off the backboard as well. This thing is abused. Off the crossbar now is Likewise. Whitlock has a little bit of time, looking to get an offensive play going here for Brainerd. Does get it past one, past both of the others, and no one is there for the follow-up, unfortunately. Doodle with a 50 off the sidewall. Likewise, what a clear from Likewise. He had too much and then flipped into it last second. Garrett P off the sidewall corner. Whitlock is very uncomfortable. Likewise, over to Fusion Bleach. Doodle off the sidewall, not the greatest touch, but Whitlock will be able to defend. Gets owned by Fusion Bleach. Fishy Little pinch off the sidewall. Brainerd is down 1. Meaning to up this offense just a tad bit. Whitlock trying to make that happen himself. Gets it past 1, but Fusion there for the clear. Doodle. A little 50, fishy. Is this on target? Likewise, a little bit awkward, but does catch it beautifully. Whitlock. Garrett be there for the save. Now, likewise. Intercepted by Doodle into the midfield. Fusion up. Nice little slow ballerina play here. Whitlock looking for 2. Will he get it? Oh, it's off the post, but Fishy is there for the follow-up. This is what I'm talking about when I tell you that Whitlock needs to be upfield making plays here for his team.
Yeah, because he really is so dangerous on it. That's a one. I mean, yeah, he should.
Come on, Drew. Come on.
Yeah, work on it, Whitlock. But no, that was a fantastic play from Whitlock. Able to get it past the whole Bloomington defense. All he needed was one person to follow up. Fishy was ready for it, and he put it away. So Bloomington gonna have to fight it back into a lead here, or maybe Victory can keep this thing going. Maybe they can continue this reverse sweep potential. Garrett doesn't want anything to do with that. Trying to beat 1, trying to get it off the backboard. Doodle, good clear. Up to Whitlock. Whitlock taking a little bit of time here. Able to beat 1. Fusion Bleach off his own backward. Trying to take some control, but hits it a little too hard maybe. Whitlock pops it up for 1. Doodle not quite going to be able to get to that one first. Fishy into the corner. Whitlock chooses not to go for it early. Fishy 50s it out. Fusion Bleach tries to get a sharp angled shot there. Doesn't quite make contact. Garrett taking a little time, stealing boost from Whitlock. Whitlock gets the demo on him, though. Big clear coming out from Fusion Bleach. Relieves all that pressure.
Yeah, kind of dangerous, actually. Likewise, looking for a pass midfield to Garrett. Garrett turns at the wrong time, though. Is this on? It is not. Garrett be there for the nice little wall pinch. Whitlock gets 1, looking for a reset play. Does get it, but off the side as well. 2 minutes left here. 1-1. Next goal is extremely crucial for either team involved. Fishy looking for a double tap. Will not get it. And all of the Brainerd players in one corner. As Whitlock brings it up. Gets a bump on 1. Garrett be there for the crucial save. That was almost a nasty play by Brainerd. Fishy collecting on the sidewall. Garrett P blocking him early. The past 1, the touch. Whitlock into the corner now. A little bit of boost and some time. Likewise there for the cut, and he does get the bump, relieving that pressure off. Past another one now is Fusion Bleach. Fishy with a nice 50 off the sidewall. Whitlock bringing it upfield. 1:15 left in regulation here. Fishy opting to leave it for Doodle, looking for a double tap. Fusion cutting it early. Fishy looking for 1. Can he get it over to Whitlock? And the man on offense right now, Whitlock, is slotting these here for Brainerd.
There's a little bit too much space given in the midfield here. That there was no challenge for so long for the Maulers. I'm not sure if it was just because Fusion was low boost. Garrett wanted a force or something. I'm not sure what happened there, but Maulers affording the space to Victory just didn't have faith that they would have something there, and they punished them for it.
We will see what this last minute holds here for us, but Brainerd surprising most people with this little roster sub. Whitlock.
This is dangerous.
Looking for another one. Does get it over Fusion, but the crossbar says otherwise. Garrett P. the other direction, though. This is dangerous. Bloomington trying to keep this offense going. Garrett P. will slot that. Shout out, I think it was Fusion for that bump in the corner. Completely negating any possibility of Doodle getting there. Whitlock almost, he reads it, but he just can't reach it.
Even with Doodle bump there, I'm trying to figure out where the back post was there. I know Whitlock was trying to retreat, but it just took a little while. There was an opening. A little bump in the corner there probably shouldn't leave it that open, but this is going to be a chance for Whitlock trying to get another one. This might go through. It does. Likewise, can't quite make the save. And with 14 seconds left, Victory have the lead.
Yeah, nice play from, very unfortunate 50 on the backboard from Fusion, but heads up play from Whitlock. Yeah, 3-2 here. Brainerd kind of showing everyone that the last games weren't exactly flukes. You know, they're bringing this energy back. Obviously, still not over. We'll see if they can close it out here.
that's a great touch.
No. Wow. Garrett with that's probably the best touch he could have gotten in that situation. Didn't even bounce. Whitlock is backwards. What a play from Garrett. Seems like he can play in every division.
From that angle, getting that much power that's so hard to do. That was exactly what Garrett needed there. Whitlock able to beat one. This could be an opportunity coming back the other way for the victory. Not quite on target. Good fake coming out from Doodle. Garrett, though, coming out with the possession. Likewise, taking it to the wall. A little bit of space afforded. No one up yet. Likewise, able to beat one, but gets bumped out for his efforts. Fusion gets it off the sidewall. Fishy playing it up to Whitlock. This could be dangerous again, and Whitlock has a little bit of space. Good 50 coming out from him. Trying to get it middle. This could be a chance. This doesn't quite get it past the defenders, but still low boost are the Maulers here. Likewise, going to try to get a 50. Is going to be able to. Fusion just plays it over Whitlock. Trying to get this middle. This is a shot on target. Doodle makes an awkward save, but a good clear coming out as the follow-up happens.
Yeah, I can tell already Bloomington's the kind of gameplay has shifted. They are not doing any flashy moves anymore, as they really just want to lock out this series, and I think they're starting to get a little nervous against this Brainerd roster here. Likewise, might be able to secure it. Garrett P. Oh, get the double. He does.
It is.
And then, yeah, we both know it was coming. Garrett P dropping 907 here in game 4 to beat out Brainerd 3-1 Bloomington. What a
Challenger
performance
player, by the
from
way.
them. Yeah, correct.
Oh my goodness. Thank you to all
You
the
act
other
like he didn't
GMs.
work my roster last night.
Thank you to all the other GMs who let that man fall. It's awesome teaming with him.
Rookie moment.
I don't get
Or
how,
is he a rookie? I think he is.
Yeah, rookie.
Yeah,
Yeah, he played a lot of combines though, so people absolutely saw him play.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I knew of him, but
Garrett absolutely shined in that series, and especially right at the end there, that shot and read was fantastic. But Bloomington maybe made it a little harder than they needed to, but Brainerd definitely stepped up and played well in that series. So shout out to them as well. Shout out to Doodle. He really didn't seem outpaced, especially in that game 3 and 4. He looked good. I feel like normally when I see a Rising Star player jump up into the Premier level lobbies, you can just
me.
It feels like they're playing slower than the lobby, but Doodle was not. He kept up and he played well.
But yeah, with that concluded, that will be a 3-1 victory for Bloomington. Kind of a weird way to word that. And up next, we will have Minneapolis versus Chicago. I get to watch my team play once again. So after a quick intermission, we will be right back with some more action. Welcome back. A little quick break after that little last game we had. Still back with Clash. Some things never change. This Prem series seems to be no different. Me and you back on the desk once again. This time, we've got Minneapolis versus Chicago. We did just see Brainerd versus Bloomington. I went to 4 in favor of Bloomington, Mr. Clash AD team. If you know, you know. I'm excited to see this one. Obviously, my franchise is playing now, so hopefully they do better than my other 2 divisions have done the last couple days. But it should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, and hopefully we get full rosters in this one. But I guess we'll see here soon. I haven't seen any roster submissions, by the way. Premiere, come on. Gotta do the roster submission stuff. It's important. See who's on stream and all that stuff. Oh man, we have to leave.
The lobby is cooked. Oh my god.
AK's making us leave the lobby.
Blame AK. Everybody. MCS General at AK in the general chat. MCS General. Make sure he knows. But yeah, these are pretty gross teams, I think. Oh, I guess I could go into rosters really quick. I know my guys are the correct ones. I don't think the other ones did roster submissions, but if it's on the book, Minneapolis is Cato, Hawk, and Busy against Chicago's lovely Ferdinsky, aka Gray, Sean, and Crimsix. Yeah, we'll see. Should be a pretty good game. I know Gray's cold because he, I think, is coming off of something that he was doing today. But see if they can put in some work. But with this said,
he's cold. Like he's he's cold on the sticks. Yeah, he's really good. Yeah.
Predictions. I think it's gonna be pretty. I mean, same situation as the last game. I am kind of locked in. I'm gonna say Chicago in 5.
I think that's totally reasonable. I want to make sure that this Minneapolis team has their full roster before I predict.
Yeah, I know. That is a good point.
I'm going to say, assuming that they have their full roster, I think this is a great matchup, and it could go either way, but it's always exciting to split the desk. That being said, I do think that this Miracles squad is really good. Cato, Hawk, Busy, that's dangerous. And Busy being the third, I feel like that's extra scary because you have that mechanical end with Busy there, and then you just have Cato and Hawk holding it down. I really like the way this team is built. I think I'll take Minneapolis in 5, assuming that they have their full roster.
Assuming that they join.
That they join. Assuming that they don't forfeit or something crazy.
Yeah, we are still waiting on these rosters to get in here. So we'll keep yapping, but overall, it's week 1. Games are gonna be a little weird. We've already seen a bunch of reschedules, but we got the schedule up here. We did one major change this season compared to last is the trade window. So for those that aren't aware, there will no longer be 2 trade windows. It is a singular trade window that is about 3 weeks long. Through weeks 4 through 6. So a lot more time to make some roster moves, figure out what you want. I'm really curious. I mean, obviously this is my first season as a GM, so I don't really know how the system works anyway. But I'm excited to see what we can do with stuff like that eventually. But yeah, otherwise, pretty standard season schedule. We got our first major in mid-May, second one in August, and then LAN in July, and then August LAN. We have just received word that someone is having some serious problems. So we might.
That makes it sound more extreme. Having issues getting on the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are no tornadoes this time. I'm not losing a co-caster. But yeah, we'll see how she goes. But Minneapolis might be a little bit. I don't know how that works for the rule book. But yeah, it wouldn't be a good Clash Coop stream if it wasn't chalked. So, the way it goes. But overall, I mean, I guess I'll talk about my franchise a little bit. I'm feeling pretty good. Obviously, I have yet to see Chicago Prem play. Week 1 nerves for the other 2. I know Rising Star dropped out both on Thursday, and then Chow 1-1, and whatever. It's week 1. Your squads look pretty damn good though.
I'm happy with my teams. Obviously, Premier just played, and they didn't have their full roster, and they were able to get the win. Being said, it was a little chalky, but I feel like I'm happy with my team. Rising Star team played well. I'm happy. What do you think about your team?
Yeah. I just want to see this dang.
I want to see him play.
Yeah, I want to see the names populate the lobby. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. I'm about to jump in here. But yeah, I mean, kind of a weird schedule as well. The one game that was, I guess I'll go over the overall the standings right now. I guess technically for Prem, there were 2 games that were played earlier this week. Being the Bemidji versus Omaha game played on, I believe, Tuesday. No, on Wednesday. Bemidji took that 3-1 in game 4. Duluth versus Winnipeg played on. They played last night. Duluth took it 3-0, and then Rochester versus Moorhead was played about an hour ago, and Rochester taking that in a sweep. So this is the final game for Premier this week. Just watching these teams kind of test the waters of who they're playing against, but like I always thought Prem was really weird because I've never known any different in that I'm used to playing 2 games, so like. You set up a scrim earlier in the week, and then you work on your 2 games, and then you're focus on the next week. But playing 1 game a week just seems really awkward for me. Like I would feel really empty if I just got swept. I don't know how to describe it, but that's just kind of how it goes when you only have 10 teams.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. They're talking in the Premier chat.
Gotcha.
Trying to discuss things. It sounds like Hawk is going to be a little late getting back, and not sure if, not sure what the plan is going to be for that one. Trying to get it pushed back, but obviously this stream is on a tight schedule, so we'll see what's going on with that one in a bit. But for now, we're running out of stuff to talk about. So
we are,
going back to the schedule, since that's what's currently up on screen. Talking about the trade window, it's definitely a change from last season. Having just the one and having it starting a little later too, that's a big difference because the team that you draft is going to be much more impactful because you have to wait all the way through Major 1 to be
Correct.
able to make any moves. So a significant portion of the points are going to be made before any team can even make any moves.
Yeah, I will say one thing that I actually like this, just on the principle of it requires more intellect to make a move and more confirmation. So you look at last season, I'll give an example. You look at last season, let's say your team kind of falls out hard on Major 1. Okay, there's a trade window immediately after, and you're like, okay, how can we change this team up to bring him back, right? So you make some moves, whatever. Doesn't really matter if it works out or not because there's another trade window, right? So you can kind of just willy-nilly do stuff if you want. Here, you don't get that luxury. You make an issue in this trade window, and you're stuck with that until LAN. Granted, barring things like retirements and things, but ignoring that, you are locked in. With what you do, which I actually prefer because I think it should be a difficult change to figure out what your roster is going to be. As a GM, that's kind of your main, role. But I'm excited. One thing I'm really excited for is this game that is apparently just not going to start. But hopefully we don't have. I don't.
Unless Mr. AK has a idea otherwise. 10 minutes in, it's a 1-game forfeit, and then 20 minutes, it's a series. We have reached 10 minutes at this point. So unless there's some other ruling or something, we've already hit that. We've already hit that point. Yeah, we've already hit that point at this point. So even if Miracles are able to field the roster, we're already going to be going into game 2, basically, with a Chicago 1-0 lead. So they have 10 more minutes. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. People, yeah.
Anyway,
we got
the background as you
cute
can't hear them
champion
distracting us. Josh started, okay.
up on the stream. Honestly, yeah, that was so for those, as most people know, this is my second season in MCS. So that was the first ever LAN that I went to for MCS. Very long drive. I kind of broke it in half by staying at my parents' house in Brookings, but it was about a 11.5-hour drive for me. No regrets. It was so much fun. I got to cast with Clash on on stream. Arguably some of the best casters there. it was a good time. So you're looking at the Rising Star champions, which, correct me if I'm wrong, you and I casted the grands for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure you were my co-caster.
That was an awesome series. Couldn't have asked for better than that one.
Yeah, it's always nice when I can walk out of a cast with a just horribly destroyed voice. And that definitely was the case. So I'm excited for the next one, but up here we're gonna look at the standings really, really fast.
Not the standing.
Excuse me, at the roster. Excuse me. W segues here. Thank you, AK, for cooking up these very, very quick graphics. Yeah, I've gotten messages about it, so I'll just say something about it now. The website is being worked on. I promise you. This is what we have right now for the rosters page. Active Sals are live.
These aren't the active sals, for the record.
These are not the active sals, but the active sals that we have will be correct once they're on the site to be seen. But this is the Rising Star roster page. You can see this on the website. It is live. This is where it was pulled from. Yeah, just overall, I know I've mentioned it, I think Thursday, when Rising Star was playing, but the skill difference this season is wild.
Huge. It's huge. The floor just is elevated so high. People who are subs in Rising Stars in Rising Star were like high third round last season. So, the skill difference from last season is crazy. The first rounders in Rising Star, the top of it is much higher. You got mid third rounds, even high third round Chow players from last season who are now going to be in a Rising Star spot. So yeah, just overall, especially in Rising Star, more than all the other leagues, all the leagues in general, but especially Rising Star is definitely pushed up. And real quick, AK, I want to go back down. Besides your own franchise, what's your favorite roster on there?
Ooh. Wow, that's a good question. I will probably. I don't know, man.
Putting you on the spot.
Well, here's the problem: is all the friends that I made last season are all split up. As far as enjoyable to watch, I think Omaha is a really, really fun team to watch.
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say.
They're very mechy. They played on stream. And it was just fun. Like Mal and Dodie are just extremely mechanical. They're doing flip resets. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Seppi is a solid third. That team is really fun to watch. Superiors are kind of in the same boat with Hude, Shaded, and Vex. Well, as the starters anyway. Very, very mechy, very, erratic, and really, really tough to track.
Yeah, I agree. I think my top is probably going to be that Buffalo squad, but I'll since you already named that one, I'll pick another one. I think I really like the Rochester Rhythm squad. Hero Kep, Dalo, Skate. I think that's a good team. Hero, teammate of mine last season. I think he's just a solid player. But it looks like we may end up actually having this match happen. That being said, again, it's been long enough that they'll be starting at a 1-0 deficit, them being the Miracles, but better than nothing. We'll get some gameplay here as long as nothing else crazy happens.
Yeah, we'll see. We got names populating in. I don't know what is it 1-0? Is that what the consensus is? Or how does it work for so we've got some people in the lobbies as they just slowly populate. So we'll figure out the logistics of everything as we go, I guess. But at least the game seems to be almost starting. As I think we're missing 1 or 2 people, but it looks like we're gonna have some subs.
Yeah, we will. T-Jack instead of Hawk.
Okay.
It seems like Sean might be agreeing to let the game 1 FF slide. I'm not sure. We'll figure out what's going on as we're going. But for now, we're actually gonna get some gameplay, Coop, and I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess they'll work it out off stream or whatever, but it does look like Jungle is rejecting the 1-0 advantage. So we'll probably play out the full 5 or whatever it ends up being. But yeah, really, really weird, but we do have some content for you guys.
Yeah.
You can call us a lot of things, but you can't call us boring.
Well, I think we can. Okay, Kato trying to get this thing going for the jungle here. For the miracles here. Eli gonna try to get this thing started himself because now he has to take it over. T-Jack puts this one on target early. Pressure here for the miracles.
Yeah, some movement down the other half though. Sean, little 50 with Eli. Hopping into the midfield now. Crimsix can't quite reach that one. As Gray will pop it off the sidewall over to Sean. This is an open net if someone can get one on. Gray trying to put it corner, almost slots it. Crimsix almost said Chris Buns. Why is that his name? T-Jack over Sean, looking to get a dunk on the second. He does. Crimsix is up for the touch. T-Jack past midfield to Eli, will not connect. It does get popped up once again. Crimsix really, really awkward here. Gray trying to get a touch. Does not come through. A little 50 off the sidewall and a little chaotic midfield action here in this first minute.
And just to recap, like, who's subbing in here, we have both Eli and T-Jack, not just T-Jack, rather. Eli is in Challenger right now. It's going to be Busy and Hawk both getting subbed out for this one. So it's going to be a tough one here for Miracles, but I feel like this roster still could do it. The interesting player to watch is going to be T-Jack here, see how he picks up to the pace to it.
Yeah, kind of a weird day. We got subs really all over the place. But we'll see, maybe they'll surprise us like Brainerd did. Sean and Eli, little bump plays in the air. Crimsix taking off the backboard. Kato with a shot on target. Gray there for the save. Sean's a little awkward, beat out by Eli. This is off the post. Gray there for the clear. 3 minutes left. Still 0-0 here in game one. Crimsix trying to intercept that shot, or that clear, from T-Jack. Eli. It's 1, looking for 2. Gray popping it over to the sidewall. Kato there for the intercept. Popping it off the ceiling, looking for 2. Gray is going to wait for the touch off the sidewall, as he does 50 Eli off the sidewall as well. These walls getting all kinds of action today. Kato popping it over, sent back by Gray. Gray putting one on target. Kato there for the save. 50 with Sean into the corner now. Eli doesn't get the touch. Potential opportunity here for Jungle if they can capitalize. Crimsix trying to get it midfield, but that is sent back out.
Eli trying to press forward. Kato taking it over. Sean able to get an easy clear. T-Jack has to get a good control touch. He does. Back up to himself on low boost though. Doesn't quite make contact. Crispy Buns RL takes this over. Kato up for this one. Crimsix able to get a 50 high up there. Sean gets a little cut out from Crimsix there. That might allow Miracles to continue pressure going here. Kato taking this one to the wall. Off the ceiling now. Maybe trying to get this one mid. Can't quite get the touches he's looking for. Sean, easy clear away for him.
Popping high and far now. Minute and a half left in this regulation period here. Sean popping it off the backboard. Gets another touch. What a crazy pass midfield. Does not come to success, though. Sean doesn't get the touch that he wants off the sidewall, but no one really pushes him. Kato and Eli are up for this ball. Eli has to dime Crimsix into the midfield. Gray can't get the shot off, though. 1 minute left here. Both teams fighting to take first blood. Crimsix off the sidewall. Eli's there for the shot, but Gray is there for the diving save. T-Jack over to Kato. Kato off the corner. Opportunity here for Minneapolis if they can get it converted. That is a ripper of a shot from Gray off the post and in.
Yeah, that couldn't have been placed any better. Eli cuts off most of it, but that top corner just got sniped by Gray. Puts the first one away, takes the lead, and puts the subs into a little bit of pressure. They have to step up here to get this lead, or take away this lead rather. Sean gonna try to get this one forward. T-Jack able to get it clear, but only as far as Gray. Gray with a ton of space. A bump might come out on the back line. Good cut by Eli though, bailing out his team. Trying to get this one forward is Eli up in the air. Eli is dangerous up in the air, able to 50 out one. Kato trying to keep this thing middle, but doesn't quite beat the defender. Gray trying to get it clear now, is able to beat one. Kato back forward. Crispy is going to be playing this forward. I keep reading the name, but I should be saying Crispy.
Well, what's
Why
funny
doesn't he just have his name on there?
It's not even crispy. It's just crisp buns. Anyway, Kato looking for the double tap. Does not work, though. T-Jack trying to get it on target. But that will touch. And crisp buns. And Chicago bringing this game one in their favor.
I wish the P was capitalized in crisp.
Fix your stuff.
I wish the P was capitalized in crisp.
Crisp.
It would have been crispy. It would be better. It'd be better.
In all honesty, though, like for two subs, Minneapolis is not playing poorly.
No, and these two subs are absolutely able to step up into it.
Correct.
Eli played Premier all last season, did very well in it, did so well that he won. So yeah, it's not like Eli's going to be out of it. T-Jack can absolutely step up. His play style, I feel like, fits in well enough with it because he's going to be playing quick and just consistent, holding rotation. If he's not going to be expected to do a ton on the team, but that's how he's comfortable, so it works. We've
got game, I would assume is game 2. 90% sure they're just ignoring the FF, so.
I think so.
Game 2, into the midfield now off the 50. Crisp, popping it. Oh my God. Buns with the dookie. Yeah,
Crimsix just takes a first touch. T-Jack tries to force, but wasn't enough. Eli couldn't reach it. Bit of a demo on the back line, but I don't think it even mattered. He was already beat.
No.
First early one for the jungle here.
Yeah, I think he was already spin cycled before the bump came through. But Sean into the corner. Kato. Gonna get some pressure here. Crimsix up extremely early. I keep trying to alternate between Crimsix and Buns. It's like a situation with Stewie yesterday. Metros versus Metwos. But Gray getting a nice save here for jungle. Sean. Midfield over to Gray. Is this on target? T-Jack will be there regardless. T-Jack a little awkward here. 0 boost on his own backboard. Kato puts one on. Sean sending it into the corner. Past another one. Gray looking for 2 off the sidewall. Eli's a little bit awkward. Not the greatest touch. Kato and Eli pinch it into the midfield. Sean gets one. Looking for a reset play over T-Jack, but he does get the save.
Gray taking it over to Sean. Sean gets a little bumped, it looks like, on that backside. Sean hitting it middle for Gray. Gray's going to be first to it. It is going to be on target. T-Jack just couldn't quite meet it fast enough, and Jungle will take the second goal.
Gray does really seem like he is the offensive man. I'm not going to lie. I haven't even watched my team play, like a scrim or anything. They've been pretty busy. So this is really the first time I'm seeing them. And it does seem like Gray just kind of is that offensive force. As far as like your midfield shots are concerned, obviously Crimsix put the whole team in a spin cycle earlier, but oh my God, almost a nasty like own goal kind of dunk play, but luckily does not happen for jungle. Kato gets beat by Sean on the backboard. Sean gets it midfield, doesn't really have any boost to make a play on it though. Gray over to Chris Buns. Nothing coming from it, though. Sean, 50 with Eli, can get a second touch. Kato there for the touch. Off the sidewall. Popping at midfield for T-Jack. T-Jack gets one. Looking for a bump on Gray. Does not come through here. 3 minutes left here. Minneapolis still down by 2. Need to find some kind of answer for the dominant Chicago offense here. Gray over to Sean on the sidewall. T-Jack intercepting early. Kato will jump with Crimsix for this. Sean turning it upfield. Gray off the corner. opportunity here for Jungle if they can capitalize. Nothing will come of it. 2.5 minutes, though, and Minneapolis is looking more and more like they need this next goal.
Yeah, and Miracles, they've had some pressure, but I feel like it's almost one-and-done plays every time. So if they don't score on that first one, they just lose all the pressure right away. I'd love to see them get a little bit more sustained offense, a little bit more rotation coming in to make sure that it stays in their half. More midfield presence, something, because one-and-done plays against premier teams are not going to be great, and this counterattack for Crimsix, deadly.
Yeah, Buns with the peak, just beating out
no.
T-Jack. Yeah, peak Buns. Yeah, I mean, Chicago really is just abusing the midfield. And again, mental for Minneapolis, with all the confusions, probably a little chalked, but Chicago really taking advantage of all the opportunities that they are handed. Obviously makes me happy, but they seem to be having a good time in this series. Kato off the sidewall for T-Jack. T-Jack gets one. Crimsix with a little popper off the backboard. Gray looking for Buns in the midfield, doesn't connect. Kato off the sidewall. Sean gets beat out by T-Jack, trying to turn on this to get a 50. He does. Crimsix bumped, though. Gray is able to get the clear. Eli kind of uncomfortably hits it over to Sean. Sean gets one reset. Oh, gets looking for another touch. Does get it midfield. Gray for the shot, Sean. But it does not connect. Kato into the corner now, trying to get some kind of offensive pressure here. They need a goal at the minimum if they want to build any kind of momentum going into this next game. Gray, it's one looking for two. Kato popping it high. 1 minute left here. Minneapolis needs to get 3 in a minute to make this game happen.
And trying to get this thing clear. Doesn't quite be one, but big clear coming out from Crimsix leaves all the pressure. Miracles finally had some sort of offense there sustained, but it's all gone now. They still haven't scored yet. Gray trying to get this one forward, not going to be able to, but it doesn't really matter. There's just time wasting every second that's in this Miracles half. It's just one more second that they don't have time to come back. I'm trying to work my words, and it is not.
Yeah,
working.
you're not doing a good job.
Oh my goodness, my brain hurts
Eli
right now.
is.
I might be having a stroke. I'm not sure.
Is it maybe? I had one yesterday.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I know, it was rough. But yeah, Eli scoring one here for Minneapolis. A sign of life here in game 2. Trying to carry momentum into the next game. Obviously, pretty difficult to come back in this one. Not impossible, but not going to be super easy as one almost gets put on. Crimsix, little 50 off the backboard. Kato there for the sidewall read. Eli trying to put it on target, just wide left. Sean will get the clear, and Jungle will be taking game 2 as well. So we'll see if they can complete the sweep. It did look like Hawk is in the game.
Okay.
He is.
Yeah, he'll be able to hop back in probably for T-Jack. It'll most likely be Kato, Eli, and Hawk coming into this one. So I'm glad that he's here. So unfortunately, it took him a while to get into it. That being said, he just left. So I guess we'll see.
This is where like Jungle just like egos the 1-0 FF and just moves on to the next. That's terrible. Do not do that.
Miracles were able to find a little bit of consistent pressure towards the end there, which is what I was asking for them to have earlier. It just took them too long. They were down 3-0, and down 3-0 with less than a minute left is never going to be a recipe for success, obviously. So they have to find some sort of pressure earlier, and maybe a playstyle difference with Hawk coming in, potentially, maybe.
Maybe. He's not in the game again, but maybe he's having more tech issues or something. But yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's just debilitating when you, I guess, oh, he is here. Okay. We do have Hawk in game now, just the one sub for Minneapolis. But, I mean, it's like you said, it really sucks when you're just trying to get that one goal and it never comes. And you just keep on getting scored on. But you never know. Maybe Hawk can change the the course of the series. Extremely good player. So, little double demo on the right side of the field. Gray gets it past both, both defenders. Dimes Eli, I think that was on the goal line. Yep, wants him to put it in his own net.
That's crazy.
A
A self save just because he couldn't recover any better into an own goal. Oh my goodness.
Well, if that doesn't explain how this series has been going logistically and in game, not much else does. But Kato popping it under 2. Eli putting this on target. Hawk with a nasty read off the backboard, making it 1-1.
Yeah, Hawk making his presence felt very early as he hits this shot here. And that would have been off the crossbar. Maybe Eli could have followed it, but Hawk just puts it away, tying this one up.
1-1 here. Only 30 seconds in. Pretty already different from the previous games. As Crimsix carries it on his own backboard. Up into the right wall now. Hawk off the corner, trying to find someone midfield. Gray is up early. The defense for Minneapolis looking a little awkward here. Sean can't get the read on that touch off the ceiling. Crimsix gets it under Eli. Can he get it past Hawk? Does go for the bump play, and Hawk gets abused in net. The jail treatment from Crimsix and Gray, and that's assault.
Unfortunately, Eli had to make that touch there. As soon as it makes it under him, the odd man rush was absolutely capitalized on Jungle. On
Minneapolis.
Odd man rush was absolutely capitalized by Jungle. There we go. Good enough.
There you go.
Hawk, gonna try to get this one clear. Gray might be able to get another one through here. Bit of a miss. It's gonna go off the bar, just barely not through. And Jungle might want that one back because Miracles are looking a little bit better with Hawk on the field.
They are. It's kind of night and day, to be honest with you. It'll take a bit of time, I feel, for him to warm up, which is not great, because if they drop another one, the series ends. But Sean looking for Crimsix upfield. Kato off the corner. Gray does get a clear down. Really awkward for Hawk. He is able to reach it, though. Kato doesn't get the touch that he wants. Gray does get a free shot on. Kato popping off of his own backboard to get it. Sean hitting it midfield. Hawk has a little bit of time and some boost to make a play. Gets one. Gray popping it past. Eli gonna do the same thing Hawk tried. Gray, is this on target? And that is 3-1 here, Chicago. Gray is definitely the man here on offense for Chicago.
Eli just, I'd do a little bit too much there. Gets dunked. And, Gray's just finding those opportunities, finding those openings, and Jungle, they're not really having to force a whole lot. It's kind of just getting given to them by Miracles. Just little mistakes, but big enough mistakes in Premier that it's going to cost them. That almost finds its way through. Kato, sharp angle, doesn't quite score it.
Yeah, that would have been really nice, actually. I thought it was on, and AK did as well. You guys can't hear AK, but he definitely thought it was on. This one's going off the crossbar. Sean trying to get a nice recovery on the sidewall. Kato going to beat him out, though. Crimsix into the corner. Eli in the midfield for Hawk's shot, but it's rejected by Sean. The diving save. Crisp Buns trying to get a play upfield for Sean. Does get one off the sidewall. Eli there for the clear. Crimsix, a little awkward here. Last back. Sean popping midfield. Is anyone going to go for this? Gray and Hawk are up in favor of Jungle. Eli is dead. This is an odd man rush, but nice little D there from Eli. As Crimsix popping it up to Gray. I always have to do a double take when I read his name out loud. Eli popping up high. Sean off the backboard. 2 minutes left here. All Jungle needs to do is hold on to this 2-goal lead or expand it a little bit as Gray pops it midfield. Is anyone going to go for this? Eli gets it past one. Sean there for the save, but Kato's going to immediately send it back on. 2-3 here.
I don't think Sean expected so many touches from Eli, and because of that, Sean wasn't able to get the clear that he wanted. Ends up just falling right back in the mid, and Miracles are able to pounce on that. They're able to get that goal. And with only a 1-goal lead, maybe Miracles are able to come back here. Trying to get it middle. It does fall.
Yeah.
Hawk gets an open one.
I was going to say, we'll see if anyone jumps for this errant ball. Kato snagging the boost with the 50 on Sean leaves Hawk in a very easy situation to equalize this game here. Jungle looking a little shaky in the last minute or so. See if they can hang on to the momentum that they came into this with. But right now, it is looking like Minneapolis is really wanting to take this game. But if they do take this, they will need to reverse sweep. Eli trying to get one midfield, sent back out. Sean trying to read Kato, does get the touch. This is midfield, Gray. Little bounce pass, I do like that. A little awkward for the defense. 50 into the midfield. Chris Buns into the midfield as well. Hopping off the sidewall now. Crimsix can't get the touch that he wants. Sean gets one, looking for two. No real second man here for Jungle, so no, as I say, no offense capabilities. Gray rips one on target. Crimsix gets beat by Hawk. Sean, passing it midfield. Hawk kind of accidentally bumps his teammate. Could have blown a little opportunity there for Minneapolis. But Sean over to Gray, and that is about as fundamental as it gets in this game.
Yeah, I mean, full team play. And Gray, to finish it off, just placing it around that defender. It has to be placed like that. If you try to go low left, you have another defender there. That was the only opportunity he had. But this team is just locking in right now. They have such great chemistry somehow in week one. I don't really understand how.
Yeah, I will say I got pretty lucky with my draft. Gray and Sean fell. So it's pretty good. You know, Coop's life is a good one, which is not a saying I get to say very often. Gray popping off the sidewall. 4-3 here. 10 seconds left. Sean popping off the backboard, just trying to milk the clock here for Jungle, but Kato is going to slot it. I'm waiting on the little dots from Eli in the chat. He seems to like that every time they score, but Gray almost reached it, but just shy of getting that touch. 7 seconds left here in game 3. We'll see if we have an overtime. I'm hoping we do. A 0. Oh my. Almost a 0-second goal from Kato. When this touches, we are now in overtime.
And Miracle's trying to get this thing going because they finally were able to get something here with Hawk on the field. They have to get all three right now. They cannot let one go through or this series is over. Eli trying to get this one forward. Not going to be able to beat Crimsix. Again, I have to dig the double take too.
I need to tell him to change his name or he's off the
Kato, gonna leave this one for Eli. Eli flicks one. Sean has to retreat. He's on low boost. Gray popping it over one. He's back up to it again. Might try to fake this thing out, I'm assuming. Doesn't quite. Hawk playing this one high. Only as far as Crimsix. Crimsix playing it forward. Sean goes ahead and leaves it. Both teams playing a little patient here, it seems, in this overtime.
Hawk off the corner. Chris Buns there for the read. Gray is up early for this one. Kind of a weird touch. Pops it straight up. Kato is pre-jumping off the ceiling with Eli. Sean gets it past one. Off the backboard now, as we see Hawk looking for a double tap. It does not connect, excuse me. Gray, offensive pressure here for Jungle. They have had him as their first man offensively all afternoon. Gray was one on target. Eli for the save, the diving crucial save here that Minneapolis needs. Crimsix opposite midfield. Kind of a slow play now from Minneapolis as Hawk brings it up the field, passes it midfield. No one is there to receive it, though. Crimsix and Kato in the corner. Crimsix 50 with Eli off the sidewall. Sean going to collect this. 0 boost and a good attitude. Gets a bump on the last man. Kato and Crimsix in the midfield. Ray going to take that ball off the side wall. Is the bump going to come out? It does not. And we are about to approach 2 minutes here into this overtime.
Kato playing it forward for Eli. Eli going to try to follow this one. Maybe a double tap opportunity. Doesn't quite get it through. Hawk can't follow it up. Gray able to get the clear. Sean now up to Gray. Gray has a little bit of space here. Has to avoid a demo, though. But 50 Kato can't quite make contact. Good clear by Hawk off the backboard. Kato on target. This might find its way through. Not quite. Crimsix able to get the clear. Sean has to follow it. No, Gray instead. Crimsix tries to play it forward. Is able to get a 50. This one might be open. Kato has to deal with it well. Is able to get a touch off the backboard and no immediate follow for Jungle. They just were pretty much exhausted there after using all their boost rather.
Yeah, Kato had a nasty pre-flip. I'm pretty sure if he missed that, that was going to just be a sure goal for Chicago. But yeah, shout out Kato for that goal line stand here. Chris Buns popping it off the backboard. Gray's there for the shot, as he always is, apparently. Sean popping off the sidewall. I did hear someone go. Gray was up. Does not connect for the shot on target, though. Sean, little fake out by Hawk in the corner. Kind of a 66 off the sidewall. I don't even know what to call that with 3 people. Gray gets the save off of his own back wall. Kato get a reset under one, over the other. Crimsix there for the save. All mechs have been coming out over this last minute or so. These players have been just kind of hanging on to them all game. We've entered the the halftime show apparently, but Crimsix gets it past one, past two, gets the bump on Hawk, and that will be it. Gray, 5-4 Chicago.
Yeah, one miss there. I mean, Crimsix played it well. It was able to beat the one, but quite honestly, at this level, that shouldn't beat that defender. But Chicago played a solid game. They didn't make the mistake first, which is all it takes when you have a 7.5 minute game and you don't make the first mistake. You're chilling. Chicago able to get 5 in that game and take the series in a sweep.
Yeah, holy 1,000 points. We got kind of interrupted last time we did this, but we'll go back and we'll give you guys a peek at the rosters. We looked at Rising Star, so we'll give you the challenger rosters shortly. The quick recap though. Bloomington versus Brainerd was earlier today. Again, kind of a scuff thing with the subs and everything, with the dropping a game on stream, whatever. But our first stream game was Brainerd versus Bloomington. Bloomington take that convincingly in 4. Kind of the same situation here with the convincing victory of Chicago versus Minneapolis. And then the other games for Prem, 2 of them got rescheduled earlier. Duluth beat Winnipeg 3-0, and then Bemidji 3-1 Omaha.
High five on the victory, by the way, perchance. Both.
What's up? Sorry. Oh, yes. Yeah, we both won. It's a good day, Clash.
Good day.
Oh, my gosh. I need to go cast a LAN or something. The other one being Rochester versus Moorhead. Rochester taking that in 3. But quick little graphic from the previous LAN that we just had in March. We showed the Rising Star one. So here is the lovely Brainerd Victory Challenger team. Coming in, goated with the sauce, as they say in the biz, I think. I don't know. I'm like 80 years old, but AK is even older. But going back into the rosters, we showed you Rising Star earlier. This is Challenger. Same situation as before, higher floor. What are your thoughts looking at this? I know your team is nasty.
Yeah, I'm happy with my team, but again, can't pick our own team for who we think are the best teams there.
Unfortunately not.
I'm also gonna not say Inferno because that's the obvious one for myself because we got swept by them.
You got swept. Yeah.
I think they're a great team, and I think they absolutely could be the top one. But I think I'm going to try to be a little bit more creative with it. Looking at these rosters, I think individual player-wise, this roster isn't that crazy, but I love the way it's built. I really like the Duluth Superiors roster here. I think Cole, Flo, and Lumi, it's a really dangerous team. Cole gonna hold down that back line, hold down the rotation. Flo is gonna be a really aggressive type player, and Lumi has those mechanics to beat players out. I love the way that team is built.
One that I am keeping an eye on is Brainerd. So I played with Marty in a different league a long time ago, and he hasn't really played in a while. He's been in school. I'm anxious to see how that team performs, just because I like to keep tabs on my buddies, and I haven't really seen him in a while. I think that team has a lot of potential. I didn't really look at how they did. Looks like they 3-1 Green Bay yesterday and then lost to KC. So definitely potential there. But that's what I'm looking out for. I do think, the monstrous teams, in my opinion, are yours, mine, and the Burnsville roster, though, to be honest. I mean, they're just nasty.
Yeah, I like all of those rosters for sure. But when we get started looking at Prem, too, just a quick... obviously, back to what we were actually streaming here.
Correct, yeah.
Maybe if we can get one of these full rosters to actually play the game other than your own.
True, yeah. But
look at the winners last season. Eli, again, we just watched him on stream. Mogi and Sean, also, we watched him on stream.
Dude, I cannot believe Mogi wore that shirt.
That shirt is I think that's in the thumbnail right now, too.
That's a crazy graphic with that shirt. But anyway, continue with what you were saying, Clash. I interrupted.
Yeah, no, you're good. I mean, we have some really strong rosters here. And again, just like every league, this premier team, these premier rosters are just an extra level above. The fact that Eli won Premier last season and is now in Challenger just shows how strong these teams are. I think there's a few that you could pick from, but I think I'm going to lean towards Duluth here.
I was looking at that as well.
Again, I know I said that for Challenger as well, but I think I really like this Duluth squad again. Hexy, really strong player. Fours and Luigi, both really good as well. The only interesting thing about that, I think the reason why Luigi fell as far as he did is scheduling stuff. So we'll see how they fare with getting those reschedules done.
My dark horse for Prem is Winnipeg.
I agree.
Solely based on Prozac. So Prozac's a rookie, and we saw in the draft, the lovely Minecraft draft, Prozac fell quite a bit. Solely because people didn't really know who he was. I still don't know who he is. Yeah. But
he's nasty.
Because of that team, and I know Goose is good. He's on the Bethel team, I believe. He's cracked. But that team could be really gross. So I am definitely keeping my eye on them. They did lose to Duluth, so maybe you're correct. I mean, you and I both pointed them out, but that is definitely my keep an eye on these guys roster.
Yeah. I think absolutely they probably have, I'd say, the highest peak potential of a roster.
Yeah.
But it's always a risk with rookies too, because we have two on there. Or is Goose a rookie as well? He played last season, right?
I think Goose is a rookie, if I'm not mistaken.
So we have three rookies. So a full rookie team, it's one of those where it's super high risk, super high reward, because these players absolutely are fantastic individually. It's just, can you get them all to play? Can you all that stuff? So it'll purely based on the players. I think this could be a dangerous roster, but they lost in this first one. Speaking of what, AK, I didn't hear you. Oh my goodness. is busy getting cut. Prediction says AK for not showing up to this one. I would be surprised, especially because they didn't win even with Eli in there, so they might be busy.
We'll see. But anyway, we're not gonna stall any longer than we really need to. Quick heads up for everyone watching still. Easy anti-cheat is happening. That's going to be next week, I believe. And stuff's going to be a little scuffed. So bear with us. Our jobs are going to get a lot more difficult, especially AK and Stewie and them. Thank you to those two individuals, by the way. AK, thank you for all you do, and Stewie and Trash and everything in the back end. But yeah, any closing remarks you got, Clash, before we close this out?
Premiere next week. Bring your full rosters, please. No,
Yes.
I mean, make sure you're showing up on time. Make sure we're getting those roster submissions in. But again, the competition this season is awesome, and I want to see that. So, bring that A game, and that's all I got.
Perfect. Well, thank you all for watching. We appreciate all of the content that we can provide for you guys, and see you guys next time.
Game 6, off the backboard, Blaski's there for the clear, and we bang, bang, collects it, off the ceiling, looking for a pass mid, Louis is up, this is off the backboard, living for the double!
Spalty's gonna put it away, and the Brainerd victory will win it right there.
Burnsville are your rising star champions.
But the wrong man has the ball. Bad man has the ball. It's still up somehow.
Give it up for your premier champions, the Minneapolis Miracle.